Hello students, welcome to EduTap. I am Tanushree and today we are going to cover 12th lecture of our series Agriculture through MCQs, and the topic for our today's class is Agricultural Microbiology Part 2. Okay, so let's get started. The first question on your screen says, nitrifying bacteria is an example of which of the following modes of nutrition? Alright, so the correct answer here is option number B, chemoautotrophic nutrition. ठीक है? See students, as far as the nitrifying bacteria is concerned, what is meant by the term nitrifying bacteria? See, as we all know that around 78% of our atmosphere, it is made up of nitrogen, right? So in the troposphere, around 78% of the gaseous component, it is nitrogen. However, this elementary nitrogen, it is not in the form wherein it can be used directly by the plants. First of all, it needs to be converted by certain nitrifying bacteria into a form where it can be used by the plants. ठीक है? जितनी भी नाइट्रोजन हमारे पास है वो जिस फॉर्म में होती है, जिस गैशियस फॉर्म में हमारे पास है, उसी फॉर्म में प्लांट्स अपना फूड बनाने के लिए नाइट्रोजन को यूज नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए हमारे सॉइल के अंदर बहुत से नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरियाज होते हैं जो इस एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन को उस फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करते हैं कि प्लांट्स इसे यूज कर सकें. तो ये होते हैं हमारे नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरियाज. और यहाँ आपको बताना था कि नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरियाज का मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन क्या होता है, in which mode they take up the nutrition. So the correct answer here is chemoautotrophic nutrition, right? Now, what is meant by the term autotrophic and what is meant by the term chemoautotrophic? See students, bacteria which make up their own food, they are known as autotrophs. Trophs का मतलब होता है nutrition, auto का मतलब होता है खुद से. ठीक है, तो जो खुद से अपना food prepare कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, make up their food by converting the light energy and the chemical energy, light energy, chemical energy via photosynthesis. जो अपना food खुद prepare कर लेते हैं, they are known as autotrophs. Chemoautotrophs are those who prepare their own food. They are autotrophic, but here their mode of nutrition, it is from the inorganic compounds and therefore they are known as chemoautotrophs. ठीक है, उसके बाद में था सेप्रोफाइटिक न्यूट्रिशन. सेप्रोफाइटिक न्यूट्रिशन या सेप्रोफाइटिक बैक्टीरियाज वो बैक्टीरियाज होते हैं जो अपना न्यूट्रिशन डेड डिकेइंग मैटर से लेते हैं. ठीक है, तो आई होप ऑल दीज टर्म्स आर क्लियर टू यू. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Consider the following statements about composting and choose the correct option. So you have to choose one of the correct options from the given ones. So the correct answer here is option number B. Right. Now, why the answer is option number B? Let's discuss all the options one by one. So first of all, we have that composting is the process of producing compost through anaerobic. No, it is not the anaerobic. Whenever we are doing the composting, we do require the presence of oxygen there, and therefore it is not in the anaerobic condition, rather it is in the aerobic condition. ठीक है, यहाँ anaerobic नहीं aerobic आएगा. ठीक है, it is in the aerobic conditions where the decomposition happens. ठीक है, the second option says microorganisms secrete extracellular enzymes which hydrolyze the larger polymers into simple basic units which can be easily utilized by the microorganisms. This is absolutely correct because this is what happens in the process of composting. ठीक है, wherein first of all we have the very large polymers and then they are broken down, they are decomposed into biodegradable simple substances wherein it becomes easy for the microorganisms living in the soil to derive nutrition from them. ठीक है, उसके बाद में आता है the natural decomposition process is faster. No, see, decomposition process is, it happens in the nature as well and it can be done by us human beings as well. ठीक है, सूखे पत्ते पेड़ से गिरे वो खुद भी डिकम्पोज हो जाएंगे, लेकिन अगर हम उन सारे पत्तों को उठा के एक हीप में ले लेते हैं, अपने किचन का जो ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट है, वेजिटेबल पील्स हैं, अगर हम उन सबको उसमें मिक्स कर देते हैं और जब हम इस तरीके से डिकम्पोस्टिंग करते हैं तो वो प्रोसेस कहीं ना कहीं फास्टर होता है एज कंपेयर टू द नेचुरल प्रोसेस. व्हाई इट इज सो? बिकॉज सी, नेचर में अगर डिकम्पोस्टिंग होगी तो वो बहुत ही स्कैटर्ड फॉर्म में होगी. ठीक है, लेकिन अगर हम उस कंपोस्टिंग को कर रहे हैं और अगर हम हीप हीप्स में कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। ऐसे हमने एक हीप बना दिया और उस हीप्स के फॉर्म में अगर हम डीकम्पोस्टिंग करें, नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन व्हेन द मैटर व्हिच इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस हीप इट विल स्टार्ट डिग्रेडिंग, ठीक है। तो उसकी वजह से इस हीप का टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा और फर्दर हमारी कंपोस्टिंग और ज्यादा फास्टर होगी, ठीक है। इस वजह से नेचुरल डीकम्पोस्टिंग इज स्लोअर एज कंपेयर टू द कंपोस्टिंग व्हिच इज डन बाय ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, ठीक है। उसके बाद में आता है fungi are present in the highest number. No, it is the bacteria which is present in the highest numbers, ठीक है। सबसे ज्यादा बैक्टीरियाज होते हैं कंपोस्टिंग के प्रोसेस में एंड नॉट द फंजाई। फंजाई भी होती है, अच्छी खासी होती है, लेकिन द हाईएस्ट नंबर इट इज ऑफ बैक्टीरियाज, ठीक है। therefore the correct answer here is option number B. it is the only statement which is correct, ठीक है। आगे चलते हैं। so the third question says in which of the following nitrogen fixation methods cyanamide process is used to fix atmospheric nitrogen? Okay. So the correct answer here is option number A, non-biological nitrogen fixation. ठीक है. Now what is nitrogen fixation? The concept which I explained to you in the first slide, that was of nitrogen fixation only, right? The atmospheric nitrogen, it is not in the form where it can be used by the plants, therefore it needs to be fixed before it can be used, and that is the process of nitrogen fixation. Now the process of nitrogen fixation, it can happen in two ways, ठीक है। it can be biological or it can be non biological. अब ये non biological कैसे होता है? non biological देखिए नेचर में भी हो सकता है, जब लाइटनिंग होती है, बिजलियां कड़कती हैं, उस फॉर्म के अंदर भी हमारा नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन होता है, बिकॉज ऑफ लाइटनिंग नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन happens. And the second way of non-biological way, it is the man-made industrial process, ठीक है। बहुत सारा नाइट्रोजन जो है वो man-made तरीके से फैक्ट्रीज के अंदर भी फिक्स किया जाता है। जो हमारे नाइट्रोजन फर्टिलाइजर्स बनते हैं वो एक नॉन बायोलॉजिकल मेथड से ही बनते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया हमारा नॉन बायोलॉजिकल मेथड। साइनामाइड जो प्रोसेस है वो हम यूज करते हैं नॉन बायोलॉजिकल, क्योंकि साइनामाइड प्रोसेस एक इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोसेस है जिसके अंदर नाइट्रोजन को फिक्स किया जाता है, ठीक है। Then we have the biological methods. In the biological methods, what happens is that the organisms, microorganisms, they are involved in the process of nitrogen fixation, right? Now, this biological nitrogen fixation, it is again of two types, symbiotic and non-symbiotic. What is the symbiotic process? See, in the symbiotic basically means in relation to each other, ठीक है? So, in the symbiotic process, the microorganisms, they live in relation with the they live very close or in relation with the roots of the plants, ठीक है। पौधे की जो जड़ होती हैं उसके अंदर वहां पर हमारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है वो एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, ठीक है। सो थ्रू दिस सिम्बायोटिक रिलेशनशिप ऑफ द प्लांट रूट्स एंड द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स, दिस नाइट्रोजन गेट्स फिक्स्ड एंड देयरफॉर इट इज नोन एज द सिम्बायोटिक प्रोसेस। वेयर इज इन द नॉन सिम्बायोटिक मेथड ऑफ नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, द bacterias, the microorganisms, they don't live in relationship with any of the plant roots, they exist independently, and the nitrogen fixation process, it is also carried out independently, and therefore it is known as non-symbiotic process. All right, ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं। The next question says, in which category of the non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing organisms does blue-green algae fall? ठीक है, so the blue-green algae, it is a part of एरोबिक ऑटोट्रॉफिक, ठीक है। अगर हम नॉन सिम्बायोटिक माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स की बात करते हैं, दे कैन बी एरोबिक और एनारोबिक, राइट। सो दे माइट रिक्वायर ऑक्सीजन टू कन्वर्ट द नाइट्रोजन, ठीक है, एंड दे माइट नॉट रिक्वायर द एनारोबिक। नाउ एरोबिक एंड एनारोबिक अगेन they can be heterotrophs and autotrophs, ठीक है। in each of the category they can either be heterotrophs or autotrophs, ठीक है। now heterotrophs are again, as you know, they don't make their food on their own, they depend on the other organisms for their food production, and therefore they are autotrophs, and autotrophs prepare their own foods. Now as far as the blue green algae is concerned, it is a part of aerobic autotrophic mode of nutrition, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम चलते हैं, which photosynthetic pigments are found in all the prokaryotic and eukaryotic photoautotrophs, ठीक है। Prokaryotic or eukaryotic cells क्या होती हैं? What is the difference between these two kind of organisms? I have already explained to you in the previous class. Now here you have to tell that which photosynthetic pigment is common in all these photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs basically means those organisms which require sunlight to prepare their food, right? So the correct answer here is option number A, chlorophyll, right? It is through the process of chlorophyll, or it is the presence of the chlorophyll, where because of which the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic photoautotrophs prepare their food. So chlorophyll is present in both these kinds of photoautotrophs. Okay? How chlorophyll helps in the preparation of the food? Again, in one of the previous class, I have explained it to you in a very great detail, right? All right. So let's move to the next question now. Nitrites are oxidized to nitrates by which microorganisms? Okay, see students, when we are going through the nitrogen fixation process, it is again a step-by-step method, right? So first of all, the nitrogen gas, it is converted to ammonia. Ammonia is then converted into nitrites, and then nitrites are converted into nitrates. Okay? Because some plants, they are able to take nitrites, and other plants, they require nitrates, right? So therefore this process, it happens in a step-by-step method, and different kind of microorganisms, they are involved in these different processes, right? So when we are converting nitrites to nitrates, right, which of the organism is involved in this process? So the correct answer here is Nitrobacter. It is Nitrobacter which is involved in the process of converting nitrites into nitrates. All right. Now let's move to the next question. Blue-green algae can add up to what quantity of nitrogen per hectare to a rice field, right? Very, very factual question, but CCI is famous for asking such kind of factual questions, right? So the correct answer here is option number D, 20 to 25 kg nitrogen per hectare, all right? So blue-green algae, it can add up to 20 to 25 kg nitrogen per hectare. उसके बाद में Which of the following is not a denitrifying bacteria? ठीक है, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन के बारे में हमने बहुत बात कर ली. Now what is denitrifying? Denitrifying is basically the reverse of nitrogen fixation. Here the nitrites, they are converted by certain microorganism back to the nitrogen. ठीक है, the gaseous form of nitrogen, where the entire cycle completes. That is the denitrifying process, and the bacteria which carry out this process, they are known as denitrifying bacteria. All right. So the correct answer here is option number D. All these three bacteria. Theobacillus denitrificans, इसके तो नाम में ही denitrificans है. So this, and then Achromobacter, Ceritatia, Paracoccus, right? So all these three bacteria, they are an example of denitrifying bacteria. All right. So with this, we have discussed all the questions which we are supposed to discuss in today's class, and now now's the time for one homework question as well. So the correct answer here is chemoautotrophs can survive on dash alone, right? So what is the mode of nutrition, or what is the or what are the substances from which chemoautotrophs derive their nutrition? That you have to tell in this question. Okay. So before wrapping up today's class, let us discuss the the homework question which I have given you in the previous class. The homework question was, gram staining is an example of. The correct answer here is option number B, differential strain. Okay? Because in the gram staining, through the gram staining process, we are able to differentiate between a gram positive and a gram negative bacteria, and a gram positive and gram negative cells basically. So it is the differential strain, okay? And therefore the correct answer here is option number B. So with this, we come to an end of our today's class. I hope you liked this session and you have learned a lot. If there is any feedback for me and for our channel to improve, please let us know down in the comment section. Okay? And thank you for being there with me. Okay, bye. Take care.